First off, it's an absolute honor to be here and be a part of this. You know, I spent 5 years of my high school coaching career in Jefferson County, and you know, being in Jefferson County, they make a big deal about media days. This is the best we've ever been a part of, right here, the best. What you guys are doing for high school football, for these kids and for this area is second to none. And I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to Jackson and Charlie and our communities. So thank you guys very much. Just really excited, to be honest with you. That's the best word I can come up with, is excited. You know, I think every man in his life needs to learn about the word humility. And that word's been very, very special to me. And so with this football program and this football team this year, we've taken a very humble approach, a very, very humble approach. We are very excited about every day we get, every opportunity we get to get better and become better people, become better competitors, become better teammates, and most of all, become better students. Obviously, my goal is that Jackson and Charlie can be great leaders for us, and our entire football program can be great husbands, great fathers, great community leaders in our future. That is my number one goal as a football coach. I've learned to always look that the victories are a lot more important than the wins, and nobody likes to win more than me. But I also take time to look at the victories. You know, the importance of seeing a guy get to class on time, seeing a guy learn to respect his teachers, respect his administrators. All those things are extremely important to me as a coach, and I have seen over the last few months they've become important to our football program at Locust Fork. So with all that being said, we're excited about this upcoming football season and the challenges that are in front of us. You know, I want to talk about Jackson Weems and what he means to me, what he means to the community of Locust Fork, and what he means to our team. You know, Jackson, when I got there, obviously didn't know a lot about these kids. But Jackson, in my mind, is no longer a kid. He's growing into a young man. He's a guy that's been a leader. He's played right tackle for us. He's played left guard for us, and now he's playing center for us. And he's a guy that we can move around, and you know what he does? He says, yes, sir. Whatever you need me to do. And right now we're looking at him playing in the defensive line as well and helping us. And, you know, one, I think, great benefit that Jackson brings, he brings some experience on defense. He brings some experience on offense. But my goal was to really, our front seven defensively, not have to play too many snaps on offense. And our offensive line not have to play too many snaps on defense, and really try to develop, you know, the core, the middle part of our offense and defensive lines be fresh in the fourth quarter. You know, Jackson's a guy that I just noticed through his work ethic from day one. He's never late. He's always on time. He's the hardest worker there every day. He prides himself on being the hardest worker. And that's why we're going to put that guy in a situation to help our football program every day. And he's earned the right, you know, to be that guy in the trenches that can help us. Charlie Cater, I can hope and pray that my daughters can marry a young man like him one day. I've been blessed with 3 daughters, and this guy's one of the most humble, hardworking young men I've ever been around. And he's hungry. And I think that's really a sign of a great football team, is when you've got some hungry football players. And Charlie is extremely hungry and really wants to see this football team be extremely successful. You know, Charlie will start the year as our quarterback. You're going to see him on the defensive side of the football as well. Really, really good football player. There's not too many head coaches that can say, hey, I'm going to play my starting quarterback also at defensive back. And you know what? If that's what we got to do to be successful on Friday night, that's what we're going to do. And that's how he would prefer it. I mean, he don't need to be standing on the sideline if he can help our football team be successful. And so we're going to put him in lots of situations to help our football team be successful and be competitive. And we know that we're going to see some challenges out there throughout the season. And Charlie embraces that. And really, Charlie allows me to be very open in the playbook offensively because he's very versatile. You know, he's a good thrower. He's a good runner. He understands RPO football. He understands option football. We had an opportunity to send him to Pittsburgh State University in Kansas this summer to option passing camp. And those coaches are like, Coach, this guy understands RPO football and option football better than most of our, you know, quarterbacks up here. And so that's a testament to him and everything he's learned and the previous coaches who's coached him. because he understands the game extremely well. And being able to put him on the field defensively is going to help us, especially in those third down situations where we got to get people off the field immediately. So really excited about these two guys. Looking at our entire team as a whole, really, I think, to put yourself in position to make the state playoffs, you have to be very competitive in the offensive and defensive lines. You have to be. That has to be the most physical part of your football team. And so starting the offensive line, really, really excited about our left tackle, a young man named Noah Smith, 6'8", 291. Noah was extremely raw, when I first got to know him in February, and he has really turned in and developed into a very, very good football player. He's committed to Arkansas State University right now up in Jonesboro. Is a very, very hard commit to them and is excited about playing at the next level. But the thing that I really, really like about Noah is, a few weeks ago he had some opportunities to attend a couple camps. He had some other universities really pushing him to come to some camps. And Noah came to me privately. And he said, "Coach, I tell you what," he said, "I really want to put all of my effort into our team. And I just want to know your thoughts, and will you please answer me honestly?" And I said, "I tell you what, I think you'll earn a lot of respect from your teammates by being here for your team. And all that college stuff will take care of itself one day." And so I've really, really been proud of Noah Smith, our left tackle, with the attention that he's got. He's putting all of his focus and energy into our football program and our team, and couldn't be more excited. Our left guard position right now, we got a competition with a ninth grader, a senior, another ninth grader. And, it's a battle. So we've got three guys competing at left guard, and it's just really going to come down to August 23rd. We'll make a decision that week, but that's between John Michael Whitehead, Luke Goodwin, and Sean Harper right now. Those guys are battling. We've got a young man named Malcolm Morgan who will be a senior, who's been just kind of bruised up a little bit the last few days. I expect to have him back full speed. Rocking and rolling, and really excited about him. Malcolm could play either guard position, either tackle position. I'd love to see him at center. Obviously, Jackson has done a fantastic job for us this summer at center. And so we've really got some moving parts there that we still got some work to do to find out our best five. Because I've got a lot of experience coaching the offensive line, and really the offensive line is about chemistry. That is it. So I want to find the best five that give our offense the best chance to play at a very high tempo, to be very efficient, and just really the best five that communicates the best. That is it. And so we're really looking hard there for that right fit. The right guard spot is really the three guys that I mentioned earlier, between Luke, JM, and Sean. Malcolm could obviously fit in there as well. And then the right tackle spot, Slade Miller is kind of, he's a 6'4", 210-pound kid that has really earned that spot. So really excited about Slade. So we've got a chance to be really young in the O-line. We've got a chance to be really old in the O-line. So really excited about that. So we've got some guys that are still battling and competing there, and really that's a good thing, because every coach knows, and every coach in here, you're going to fight some injuries at some point during the season, and you're going to have some moving parts. So we're using that to our advantage right now throughout the summer, moving some guys around and being versatile there. Skill position wise, I'll say this, I'm excited. So we've got three, I think, excellent receivers that could play for anybody in this room and be fantastic players. Starting with Micah Calvert, who will be a senior outside receiver. We play him at the Z. He's a guy that can really play running back for us as well. He's a running back at a skill position that we're going to play on the perimeter. He's also our backup quarterback. You'll see Micah touch the ball, 10 to 15 times a game. Fantastic football player, does a great job. Our Y position, which is our slot receiver. We don't play our Y at tight end unless we're getting a heavy package and we'll make a personnel change. But our Y right now is a battle between A.J. Smith and John Cola Francisco, and really excited about the battle. Really thought this morning those two guys started to really hit the accelerator and push the gas pedal, and they understood that Coach Plunkett's going to play the most productive and most effective player that we can possibly have at that position. And really saw those guys' intensity increase this morning tremendously, and excited about the competition that we'll have there at that position leading into fall camp and as we approach the season. At our H position, I tell you what, absolutely fantastic skill player that we pulled out of the hallway, a young man named Michael Mullins. He will be a sophomore actually, so really excited to have him. Probably the second fastest player on our football team. He's got tremendous hands, is a great playmaker in space. We're going to find a way to get him the ball 10 to 15 touches a game, a bunch of different ways. And really excited about Michael. Michael's about a 6 foot, 6'1", 155, 160 pound kid who can absolutely fly as a 4'5", high 4'4", 40 kid, and really excited about getting him in space to make some plays. Our X is another kid we pulled out of the hallway, who I think could be one of the most dynamic players, definitely on our football team, is a kid named Braden Ellison. Absolutely fantastic player. I noticed him in baseball season and being a good center fielder and really aggressive at the plate. And Braden's a 6'3", 175, 180 pound kid who's another 4'4", 4'5", 40 kid and can absolutely roll and has tremendous hands, does a great job. We'll make sure he touches the ball quite a bit and really give him an opportunity to make explosive plays. So excited about that. Obviously, Charlie will be our quarterback. We've got a battle at the running back position right now between two great players. Coming out of spring, we had some discipline issues with our team, and so Jonathan Burgett had an opportunity to really carry the reins at the running back position. Jonathan will be a 9th grader, and he reminded me of a player that my dad used to coach back in the day named Pat Lemons, and just really absolutely runs the ball hard between the tackles. He does not turn it over. He really doesn't back down from anything. His legs are always churning, protects the football well, and catches the ball well out of the backfield. Now, Jonathan will be a 9th grader, and really excited about the production he can bring, because if we can really get him at running back, we're able to move Ben Oden to our slot receiver on the Y, and that gives me sub 4'6" kids at the receiver positions, and really excited about that athletic ability being on the perimeter for our football team, especially having a dual threat style quarterback in the backfield who can run it and throw it behind a very good offensive line. So really excited about the opportunity to coach offense this year at Locust Fork High School and lead our program. On the defensive side of the football, just couldn't be more proud to work with two great guys. Billy Adams and Kirk Ingram have done an absolutely fantastic job through the years at Locust Fork High School. They bought in immediately to the scheme that I introduced to them back in the spring, have done a fantastic job studying the game. We've obviously provided them some opportunities to become better coaches and to study the game even harder from a more in-depth perspective. And so Billy and Kirk will be leading our defense, and they've done an absolutely fantastic job with our kids. Defensively, our 3-down linemen, we call TNTs. Chase McDaniel is a kid we pulled out of the hallway that is just one of the dirtiest, grittiest players I've ever coached, and just plays hard and gets after it. Chase is a smaller kid with big heart. Chase is probably about 5'8", 165, 170 pounds, really strong, really fast, and it's really difficult to block. Austin McMurray will be a defensive end, just a small, quick, tough kid as well with a big heart. Really like him. Austin has just been a tremendous team leader, could easily be a team captain for us. Austin's a 5'10", 165, 170 pound kid that just plays hard. He's tough, he's physical, does a great job. And then Shane McKay will be our other defensive end, who absolutely is just a tremendous leader. Leads our team in the weight room. Our guys would follow him any day, anywhere. Shane's the type of guy you want in a back alley with you. Is going to lead the program fantastic. The linebacker positions have been really fun because we've got 4 interchangeable linebackers that could play outside or inside. Tim Holt, Austin Pavellini have done a fantastic job rotating inside and outside for us. Trevor Johnson, Christian Patterson are 2 bigger of the linebackers that I've ever coached. Trevor's probably 6'3", 210 pounds. Christian's probably 6'2", 230. And both of those guys absolutely play fast. They play physical. They do a great job, extremely coachable. And really the thing that, I recognized immediately was they never miss. They're always there. And just do a fantastic job and have been very productive for our football program. The spot that we got to be great as coaches is our defensive backfield, because all of our receivers and all of our defensive backs are playing both ways along with our quarterback, mix and matching right there. So we've got about 5 or 6 DBs that we're going to play the entire game, and really excited about that. So those guys got to be in great shape, and we'll make sure that happens as coaches. Special teams wise, we've got a kicker named David Mondragon, who'll be a sophomore. I think before it's all said and done, obviously he's got big shoes to fill with Jose Hernandez last year, and I think Jose was one of the best kickers in Locust Fork High School history. David will obviously have big shoes to fill there, but I think with some work and some practice, David's got a great shot. In 3 years from now, we're really, praising him and the success that he's had. So really, guys, just extremely excited about the opportunity to take the field August 23rd. Excited to start practice on August the 5th and go to war with these guys and just building better men. Thank you.
Any questions? Coach? Well, time I haven't seen you in a while. Your dad hangs around with some pretty fancy company.
Yeah.
Had any chance to get him down there and give a couple of tips to your offensive line?
We have some offensive line clinics on the back porch all the time. So I'm fortunate enough I hadn't had to have too many shoulder surgeries. As you're right, John Hanna, he's one of the best technicians of all time, and he's taught me a lot. He's a great friend. Obviously got to hire his brother last year, and David's a great friend as well. So definitely what an honor to be able to know those guys and pick their brain about some things. And believe me, all you got to do is ask, and John Hanna will help us any way he can. So really excited about that.
Follow-up question, if I may. Going from a larger high school like a Gardendale, like a Coleman, down to Locust Fork, a smaller pool of athletes, what have you had to do to transition to make what you do as a football coach on the football field work with a smaller number? Great question, but simple answer. I would say the thing that I've been the most proud of at Locust Fork is, when I stepped into the honor to be the head football coach there in February, our numbers were not very good. But within just a few days, they tended to increase very quickly. So we have very, very competitive numbers that's allowed us to be extremely competitive in the weight room in the off season to create a better culture of a football program. So really, I've been asked the question, what's the difference? Our kids are no different than the kids I've coached anywhere else. They're wanting to be good young men. They're wanting to be disciplined. Kids, I've noticed they embrace discipline. They want a coach to be hard on them. When they know their coach cares about them, their coach loves them, he wants them to be better young men one day, be better leaders for the community. Kids embrace that. And I've been so proud of the young men at Locust Fork. They've embraced a discipline. The thing I tell them is I'm not a perfect coach. If you're expecting me to be a perfect coach, you got the wrong guy. But you're going to get a perfect effort out of me every day. And that's what they've given me every day. And that's what I give their program is I don't really want to do it for me. I want to do it for them. I mean, that's it. That's where I give them the opportunity to be selfish. Coaches preach, don't be selfish. But, man, this is their one shot. And I told them the other day, man, this ain't last year's team. This ain't next year's team. This is this year's team. This is your time. So I tell you what, these kids are no different than any kids I've ever coached anywhere else. They want to be good. They want to be successful. And they want to be the best team that Locust Fork could possibly have. And I'm excited to be their coach and have the honor to be their coach this fall. Very excited. Any other questions? All right.
Thank you guys very much. You got it.